Welcome to Community Views, Community Voices. I'm Suzanne St. John Crane, Executive Director of Create TV San Jose. And in studio with me today is John Glover, the CEO and founder of Alpha Public Schools. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good to meet you. Yeah.
Likewise.
Well, it sounds like you guys are doing some great work, and we want to let folks know what Alpha Public Schools is all about and the impact you're having here in the San Jose community. So why don't you just give us a general introduction of the charter school?
Absolutely, yeah. Alpha is a new network of what they call blended model charter middle schools. So we opened our first school last year with about 170 6th and 7th graders. We've got about 380 of them this year.
Wow.
And we're doing a lot of work around blended learning, which is where students are not only learning face-to-face with their teachers, but they also have there's technology integrated into the classrooms, and they're doing a lot of online learning as well.
Fantastic. What distinguishes the model at Alpha with other charter schools, public schools?
Yeah, I think that partly it is that blended environment, right? It is the fact that when kids show up, we recognize that our students come in at a pretty wide range of performance levels. An example, last year, our 7th grade class, we had 15% of our kids came in reading at a 2nd grade reading level.
Oh my goodness.
It's really hard for a teacher to meet the needs of every student in a classroom where there's that wide a range. So what we're able to do with the technology is actually personalize the instruction at a higher level. So it will recognize where is a student and what do they need, and it will deliver some form of instruction or assessment right at that level. So kids are actually learning based on where they are rather than learning at some, where a typical 6th or 7th grader is. They're learning at where they are. They have the opportunity, for example, to pause some instruction and rewind. If they didn't get something the first time, they don't have to be embarrassed about it. They can go back and look at it again. And if they have additional questions, they can always bring a teacher over or get that instruction with the teacher at another point in the day.
So is it really focused heavily on STEM and trying to get some kids who are part of that achievement gap back up to grade level?
Yeah, it is, and we're doing some interesting things with computer programming for middle school students. We have a great program. It's a program it's called TechBridge. It's a STEM program specifically for girls to try to get more women into science and technology fields. But it is very much to get the kids who are behind up to grade level and to get the kids who are at grade level accelerated and ready for college.
That's fantastic. Now, it sounds a little bit like what I've read is the flipped classroom model, where, when you're in school, you're actually working, talking versus just lecture. You're working in groups. You're actively doing and practicing, and then at home, you may have some lecture. Is it similar to that?
Yeah, there is some of that. We don't necessarily have an expectation that all of our students, because we are working primarily with low-income students, are going to have access to that technology at home. But what it does allow us to do is actually elevate the role of the teacher within the classroom in a way that in a lot of spaces is not done. So it will hit some of the more low-skill ways of working with kids. So instead of students needing the teacher to do a worksheet, they're doing the worksheet online, and they're having those richer discussions with the teacher in class. So the teacher's work is at a much higher level than it would be in a traditional classroom, which our teachers really enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a deeper relationship and experience for sure, I'm sure. What's the partnership with the district schools and the public schools surrounding your organization?
Yeah, so historically it's not always been positive between charters and districts, and that's just the reality of the history. But I think with Alpha and the Alum Rock School District and Alpha and the Franklin McKinley School District, we've really started to do some innovative work around partnership, around the reality and truth of the matter is, we both have learned some important lessons along the way. Even Alpha in its pretty short timeline, we're on the cutting edge of some of the technological innovations within the classrooms. And so we have something to share. And we know that the district has something to share. And so we have been working in partnership with both of those districts to figure out how do we all do a better job of serving kids well. It's not so much about competition between schools. It's about collaboration and learning lessons where we can learn lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you all have plans to have another site in San Jose, or what is the growth plan for Alpha?
So happy to say that we just were approved for a second school to open an additional middle school in 2014 in the Alum Rock School District. So we will be serving, instead of 170 6th graders as we did this year, we're going to have space for 340. So we absolutely have space for students, and we're going to be serving more kids, which is great because especially at the middle school level, there really is a need for high quality schools. And our parents who have driven this process from the very beginning are already talking to me loudly about where are our kids going to go to high school. We're working on that. I've told them we're never doing a college, so we stop at 12th grade, but we're working on what does this look like for 9th grade through 12th grade.
Oh, that's really exciting, and especially exciting that you're working with the school district too, and it's how do we raise how do we elevate all the kids, right, in partnership. Thanks so much, John. It's great to learn about Alpha and get to know you a little bit. And for folks at home that want to learn more about Alpha Public Schools, go on the website. We're going to put it up on your screen now. Thanks for watching Community Views, Community Voices. I'm Suzanne St. John Crane.